In today's class, we will see the problem relating to income and expenditure account. Okay, see this problem. Okay, I think yesterday we completed this problem now. Okay, we will prepare the balance sheet for this. Next, see the next type problem. Next type problem is where receipts and payments account and income and expenditure account is given. Okay, in this problem, receipts and payments account and income and expenditure account is given. So it is required to prepare the opening balance sheet and closing balance sheet. Okay, these two are given. We will prepare the opening balance sheet. It is required to prepare the opening balance sheet and closing balance sheet, where receipts and payments and income and expenditure accounts are given, and it is required to prepare balance sheets both at the beginning and at the end of the period. In such case, the following procedure may be adopted. Okay, when these two are given, whenever we will prepare the beginning balance sheet and closing balance sheet, this is the procedure. First is what? From the particulars given in the question, prepare the balance sheet at the beginning of the year. Prepare the balance sheet at the beginning of the year and the closing balance sheet. Next is compare the receipt side of receipts and payments account with income side of income and expenditure account to ascertain. Okay, we'll compare the receipts and income. Next is payments and expenditures. Subscriptions in arrears of the previous year and current years. Income received in advance. Income received in advance. Next is sale of an asset during the year. These will be compared. Okay, receipt side of receipts and payments account, income side of income and expenditure. Okay, under that these three will be compared. One is subscription. Next is income received in advance. Next is sale of an assets. Okay, sale of assets. Next is similarly compare the payment side of receipts and payments account with expenditure side of income and expenditure account in order to find out. Okay, we'll compare the payment side of the receipts and payments account, expenditure side of income and expenditure account in order to find out outstanding expenses during the year. We'll compare the one is outstanding expenses during the year, prepaid expenses of the previous year and current year. Okay, next is prepaid expenses of the previous year and the current year. Next is stock of stationery in hand. Next is depreciation on assets, purchase of an asset during the year. These will be compared. These are the three steps. Now see the problem. From the following information of Hanuman Sports Club, from the following information of Hanuman Sports Club, prepare balance sheet as on 1st April 2015 and 31st March 2016. Receipts and payments account for the year ending 31st March 2016 to opening balance, that is to cash brought down, to subscriptions for previous year is 2014-15, next current year is 2015-16, next is to interest, to donation for a specific fund, to donation for a specific fund, next is to rent, that is rent also previous year is given, that is 2014-15 and 15-16. Next come to the income side is by salaries, by electricity charges, by printing and stationery, by advertising, by books purchased, by cash closing balance. Okay. By cash carried down is closing balance is 1,39,200. Total of the two sides is 2,44,800, 2,44,800. Okay, next is income and expenditure account for the year ending 31st March 2016. Expenditure amount, income amount. To salaries, to tent hire charges, to electricity charges, to printing and stationery, to advertising, to depreciation on buildings. Next is by interest, by subscription, by rent. Okay, in this income and expenditure account is getting surplus amount. Surplus amount is 64,000, that is to excess of income, to excess of income over expenditure. Total of the expenditure and income side amount is 1,76,000, 1,76,000. And other information is given as other information is the club assets as on 1st April 2015 were buildings 4,80,000, books 3,20,000, furniture is 32,000, investments 3,20,000. Next liabilities as on the date were rupees 1,600 for advertising and 3,200 for salary. So these are the opening now 1st April 2015. So from this information we will prepare the opening balance sheet by compare this receipts, incomes, and compare these payments and expenditures. Okay, now see the solution. Solution. Solution is Hanuman Sports Club. Hanuman Sports Club balance sheet as on 1st April 2015. First we'll prepare the opening balance sheet. Liabilities amount, assets amount is the pro forma of balance sheet. Liabilities amount, assets amount. Liabilities amount, assets amount. First see the asset side. We'll take the opening balance. And the asset side is first is opening cash. That is cash is 48,000. Cash is 48,000.